Think you've seen it all? What if I told you there are places where the impossible was built, where nature and sheer human audacity collided and created this? Buckle up. Deep in the Jordanian desert, where sun-scorched sandstone cliffs glow a deep crimson, lies an ancient city that seems pulled from the pages of legend. Petra wasn't built with bricks and stone in the usual way. Get this, it was carved directly into the mountain itself, as if nature and humankind joined forces to create a masterpiece. Over 2,000 years ago, the Nabatean kingdom transformed this place into a thriving capital. The most breathtaking sight? That's Al-Khazne, the treasury. Towering nearly 130 feet high, that's like a 13-story building, with its Corinthian columns and intricately sculpted facade. This thing has stunned explorers for centuries. The entrance to the city winds through a narrow gorge, the Siq, stretching over half a mile long, twisting, narrowing like a ceremonial passage into the past. Forgotten for centuries by the Western world, Petra was only rediscovered in 1812. It feels like stepping onto an Indiana Jones set, right? But this is pure ancient engineering on a scale that's hard to wrap your head around. All right, let's jump over to Greece. Picture this, ancient monasteries clinging precariously to the tops of towering rock pillars, some rising nearly 1,300 feet above the valley floor. That's taller than the Eiffel Tower if you don't count its antenna. This is METEORA. Since the 14th century, during times of war and chaos, Orthodox monks sought refuge in these sandstone mountains. But instead of hiding in caves, they climbed these seemingly inaccessible stone spires. How'd they even get up there? For centuries, the only way up or down was by rope, basket, and pulley. People and supplies were hoisted in nets, swaying in mid-air. Talk about a leap of faith, literally. Imagine hauling every single brick, every wooden beam up there. No cranes, no power tools, no drones delivering supplies back then. At its peak in the 16th century, METEORA was home to 24 active monasteries. Today, only 6 remain in operation, yet they all still radiate the same otherworldly majesty. When the sun sets and monastery bells echo, you'd swear you're witnessing something not of this world. Now, let's head to China. At the foot of the majestic Hengshan Mountains, there stands a temple that appears to flat-out defy gravity. The Hanging Temple, or Xuanquangxi, clings to a sheer cliffside nearly 246 feet above the valley floor, as if suspended in mid-air. Built over 1,500 years ago during the late Northern Wei dynasty, its entire structure is supported by timber beams embedded deep into the rock face, giving it a fragile, almost weightless appearance. And yet, it has withstood centuries of wind, rain, and even earthquakes. Inside, the temple consists of 40 interconnected halls and pavilions, linked by narrow walkways and cliffside platforms. But here's the kicker. What makes this temple truly one of a kind is its interfaith harmony. It's the only temple in China that simultaneously honors Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism, all coexisting peacefully within a single sacred space. Standing at the base of the cliff, gazing up, you could almost believe it wasn't built, but born from the rock itself. All right, if seeing human ingenuity pushed to its absolute limit gets your gears turning, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. We drop mind-blowing content like this every week. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Staying in China, where 3 mighty rivers converge in Sichuan province, a great Buddha has been meditating for over 1,300 years, gazing calmly down at the swirling waters below. This is the LESHAN giant Buddha, the largest stone Buddha in the world. Towering at 233 feet high, it was carved directly into the cliff face during the early 8th century under the Tang dynasty. Just to give you a sense of scale, one of his ears measures over 23 feet long, and a single fingernail is large enough for a grown adult to sit on. But what makes this monument truly remarkable isn't just its size, it's its location. Perched at the confluence of 3 rivers once infamous for their deadly currents, where boats often capsized without warning. Legend tells of a monk named Haitong who began the carving, believing that the Buddha's serene gaze would calm the turbulent waters. Though he passed away before the project was finished, his disciples carried on his vision, chiseling away for nearly a century to complete the statue. And guess what? The waters actually did calm down, partly because excess stone from the carving fell into the river, altering the currents. Coincidence? Or divinely inspired engineering? Perhaps even more astonishing is the ancient drainage system ingeniously hidden within the Buddha's hair, shoulders, and robe folds, still functioning today to protect it from erosion. Let's rocket over to Iceland for something a bit more modern but no less insane. Imagine a solitary rock rising from the icy Atlantic Ocean. No trees, no paths, just rock, and on top that rock, a lighthouse, RÍDRANGAVITI. It's small, isolated, yet unwavering, like a lone sentinel guarding the sea. This is the most remote beacon in Iceland, and perhaps one of the most inaccessible structures humans have ever dared to build. Perched on a basalt stack 130 feet high, surrounded by the unforgiving waves of the North Atlantic, the lighthouse was constructed in 1939. This is next-level isolation. Think about it. At the time, there were no helicopters for this kind of construction, no fancy climbing harnesses like we have today, just brave workers who scaled those slippery cliffs carrying bricks and buckets of mortar, defying the wind, the cold, and the sheer drop beneath their feet. They say these guys were mountaineers, part daredevils, fueled by sheer guts and probably a lot of coffee. The lighthouse itself is modest. White walls, a red roof, nothing flashy, but its purpose is monumental. It guides ships away from the deadly reefs and rock formations in these treacherous waters, where many lives have been lost. Today, it can only be reached by helicopter, and only when the weather shows mercy. Stand atop it, and you're surrounded by nothing but ocean, stone, and sky. It almost looks like something from a galaxy far, far away, guarding the very edge of the world. Now, for something that looks totally natural, but is 100% man-made. Tucked away in Portugal's Serra da Estrela Natural Park, if you stumbled upon a photo of this, you might think it's a portal to another dimension, a black hole in the middle of a tranquil lake. But COVÃO dos CONCHOS isn't a natural formation at all. It's a piece of human engineering so beautiful it feels otherworldly. Built in 1955, this mysterious lake hole is actually part of an underground spillway system. It's a nearly 1-mile-long tunnel, about 4,900 feet, that channels water from one reservoir to another, supporting the region's hydroelectric network. Yet instead of a harsh industrial structure, the engineers designed something that blends seamlessly with nature. The circular stone spillway, covered in moss and weathered by time, swirls with falling water like an inverted blooming flower. There are no signs, no fences, no explanations. COVÁO dos CONCHOS simply exists quietly, like a secret nature decided not to hide. It's a perfect example of where engineering becomes art. Our final stop takes us to Sri Lanka, to a place that'll make your jaw drop. Sigiriya, or Lion Rock. Imagine a royal city built on top of a massive rock nearly 660 feet high, rising out of the tropical jungle. That's Sigiriya, a breathtaking stone fortress often hailed as the 8th wonder of the world by locals. From the base, the journey upward is mesmerizing. You pass ancient water gardens, perfectly symmetrical in design. Then you reach the mirror wall, once polished so smooth you could see your reflection, now etched with hundreds of ancient poems. Higher along the cliffs, vivid frescoes of celestial maidens still shimmer with color after more than 1,000 years. Closer to the summit stand the massive stone lion's paws, remnants of a grand statue that once guarded the palace gate. And once you reach the top, the view unfolds. The outlines of ancient foundations, a sky pool, and a sweeping panorama of the Sri Lankan forest stretching far into the horizon. Built as a royal palace under King Kashyapa in the 5th century, Sigiriya later became a monastery before falling into silence, wrapped in moss and mystery, until archaeologists uncovered it once more. It's like something out of James Cameron's Avatar, but this was real life, 1,500 years ago. The sheer audacity to build a palace way up there is just staggering.
So these aren't just old rocks and forgotten buildings. They're a testament to what humans can achieve when they're driven by faith, fear, or just sheer stubborn willpower. They pushed the limits of what was thought possible with the tech they had. It makes you wonder, what are we building today that'll blow minds 1,000 years from now? What epic structures will survive the test of time and make future generations ask, how the heck did they do that? Which of these spots absolutely floored you? Which one would you want to see with your own eyes? Drop a comment below. Let's hear it. And if you thought this journey into insane ancient engineering was wild, you gotta check out our last video on El Salvador. Click right here on your screen. Don't be a stranger.